Hello, what is up guys? It's Evil Duosarm here today, back with another Blade and Soul video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the best path to upgrade your weapon for a new player. So basically, as a new player, what pathing through the weapon upgrades should you take in order to maximize your material efficiency, as well as give you the best possible play experience as you're progressing through the different weapon stages. This video is very much targeted towards a newer player, but if you are experienced and are just looking to see if you're making sure to maximize your weapon upgrade pathing, this video could help you as well. As always, if you're new to the channel, new to Blade and Soul, or enjoying the content on the channel, and you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing as it does mean a lot to me. Without further ado, let's get into it. So as a new player, if you press the Control plus I key on the keyboard and head over to the Equipment Upgrade Paths, and click the first tab to get to the Weapon tab if it doesn't load by default, you will probably get confused very quickly as to what the heck is going on with all these different paths and arrows and lines going all over the place. It kind of is very daunting to a new player, but it's actually kind of simple once you walk through it. So anyway, where you're going to start as a new player completing the yellow quest line is you're going to get a Baleful or Seraph weapon, stage 1, for completing the story. Now, which one should you pick? Because I believe it's a weapon box that you get to pick. If you're anything except for a Warden, Destroyer, or Warlock, go with the Baleful. Those three, go with the Seraph. At the end of the day, you're not going to be spending very much time with this weapon, so it doesn't matter tremendously, so don't fret if you've picked the wrong one. And even if you've picked the wrong one and gone a good distance with it, still doesn't matter because you can swap between the different weapons at pretty much any point you want. That being said, the rule that I just outlined is a pretty solid guideline for all the classes. Somebody will leave a comment in the comment section saying that they have a special build with one of the different weapons or the other, so did that really just pop up saying I've played for 1 hour, please take a break? What? Since when does Blade and Soul care about our health? At any rate, after you've gotten your Baleful or Seraph weapon, you're going to probably want to trash it unless you magically got 8 gem slots on it as soon as you picked it up. Otherwise, you're going to be doing the next part that I'm going to show you right here. So if you press the I key on your keyboard to head over to your weapon, you're going to see these little orbs underneath the weapon on your inventory. These little orbs are the number of gem slots. You'll see right here I have 2 slots that I haven't unlocked, so I only have 6 slots. If you didn't get all 8 on that first weapon that they gave you, you're going to want to head over to Jadestone Village and talk to this little dude right here. This dude is a coin exchange merchant, and you can buy an infinite number of weapon boxes and keep opening them until you get 8 slots. So just to show you, I'm going to buy one from him. I'm doing the dark weapon, which is the Baleful weapon. The Seraph is the light weapon. So if I go ahead and hit the box on the inventory and open it, you will see that it has a random number of slots between 3 and 8. So this one has 4, so it's a junker. We're going to need to keep buying boxes. You want to repeat this method until you get a weapon with 8 slots, the either Baleful or Seraph, whichever one you're going for your class. But anyway, this is going to take Naryu Silver or Naryu Coins, and in order to get Naryu Silver and Naryu Coins, you're going to run your daily challenges, and if you want to farm them, you can pick them up in Celestial Basin, which is in Gunwan City, in the bottom right corner, Celestial Basin. You can farm the mini bosses that roam around the area right there. They always drop a Naryu Silver, I believe, Naryu Silver, yeah. And so you can use that to upgrade or get this weapon over and over again. Plus, you'll be farming peaches, which you'll need for other resources and materials in the game, so it's a win-win. So once you have an 8-slot one of these all taken care of, you're going to want to go ahead and finish the story, and in fact, you could even finish the story before doing this if you want. When I say the story, I'm talking about the final set of orange quest lines. There are 4 orange quest lines currently in the game, so you want to make sure you do the 4th orange quest line. When you complete that 4th orange quest line, it's going to give you either your Riftwalk or Dawnforged Stage 3 weapon. This follows the same idea as the Baleful and Seraph weapons, with Riftwalk being equivalent to the Seraph, and Dawnforged being equivalent to the Baleful, and the same rules apply once again. The Warden, the Warlock, and the Destroyer, the Earth Destroyer specifically, will go with the Riftwalk weapons, and everything else will go Dawnforged. Once again, your objective is not to be staying on this weapon path for very long, so you're going to want to just pick it and not worry too much on it. There's a whole bunch of different builds you can do in different setups where one weapon or the other goes better for the other classes, but as a general method or general approach, that is the logic to take right there as far as those 3 classes that take the Riftwalk weapon. So after you've got that weapon, it's going to be an instant upgrade to this Baleful or Seraph weapon that you've been holding on to, so go ahead and use that for a long period of time while you're running your dailies and your dungeons and everything while you're playing. In the meantime, you're going to want to save up these materials right here. They are Naryu Tablets. They drop from various dungeons. They're different rewards as you play through. And the reason you want these Naryu Tablets is because if you go ahead and look at the Control I menu once again to look at the weapon upgrade paths, to upgrade your Baleful or Seraph weapon, all you need are Naryu Tablets. So this is a huge change because this was like unheard of. You needed to spend stupid amounts of gold, materials, and everything to upgrade. But all the way through stage 12 of the Baleful or Seraph weapon only requires Naryu tablets. You need something like 30 of them to be able to do this. Once you get all 30 of those Naryu tablets from any of your dungeons while using this Riftwalker Dawnforged weapon that you have, you're going to want to take all those Naryu tablets and upgrade to Baleful or Seraph stage 12 of your other weapon. At this point, what you want to do is make the jump over to Raven 3. This is the Raven 3 stage over here. To make that jump, all you need is your Raven King material. Your Raven King material can be purchased off of the marketplace for like 17 gold. If you go to F5 and you type in, I believe it's trace of, it's actually got to type it in, sealed trace of the Skybreak King box. And you need to check this exact match option because they screwed up the marketplace. But anyway, this is what it's called. There's apparently none of them on the market, but they were going for like 15 gold earlier. Your other option is to actually run the Skybreak Spire raid if you can find a party. I host ones every single Friday, so if you are on the NA servers, you'll be able to play with me. The other option is to go to Moon Refuge and head over to this merchant right here, and for like 120 of Moonlight Buds, you can buy your Raven King material right here and make that upgrade. So whichever one of these options you want to take, that is how you're going to be able to pick up that item. Once you have that, you can make this upgrade to Raven 3. So this Raven 3 weapon is going to be better for every single class damage-wise. The only exception is going to be on the Warden that has the infinite uptime on their V-skill Blade Ward if they stick with the Riftwalk path. So you might want to stick with that as a Warden. Otherwise, everybody else is going to jump ships over to this Raven 3 weapon, and everybody will use this Raven 3 weapon, but don't get rid of your Riftwalk and Dawnforged weapon, because that's the one you're actually going to upgrade. I know that might seem confusing, but in order to upgrade to the actual stage that you want to get to, this Oransu Stage 3, as a new player for your weapon, the cheaper path as far as which one costs less items is going to be the Riftwalk and Dawnforged path. So what you want to do is you want to use the Raven weapon that gives you more damage than the Riftwalk or Dawnforged weapon will throughout your entire playthrough. However, you want to save that and actually be the one that you upgrade as this side. It ends up saving you about 1,500 gold in materials and actual gold cost by going up this Riftwalk and Dawnforged path. When you get to the Riftwalk Stage 9 or Riftwalk Dawnforged Stage 9, you're going to jump ships back over to the Raven item. So once again, you're going to need another Raven King's, whatever your Raven King item is, that you can pick up from Moonlight Buds here by actually running Skybreak Spire or from off of the marketplace, plus the materials that you see listed there. When you get there, you'll actually realize the upgrade you need to make. But once you get there, you jump over to Raven 9, and then from Raven 9, you hop up into Oransu 3. So once you get this Riftwalk Dawnforged to Stage 9, jump over to Raven 9, even if you don't have the materials for Oransu 3, because this Raven 9 weapon is a pretty solid upgrade, and you're not going to be saving any other money by staying in this path any longer. So that is the point where you're going to upgrade from Raven 3 up to Raven 9. You skip this entire bit of upgrading here. Even though this upgrade is easier to do, the upgrade over here is a lot cheaper, and I highly recommend saving the money. Finally, from there, you're going to be able to go to the Oransu 3 stage, which is pretty simple. You just get the items that you see listed on this jump right here, and you can make that upgrade. Now, this is the point where we're going to do the alternate option here, because there is another way to go about this, and this is the option if you have a bunch of friends who've been playing this game for lots of years or spent lots of money on it, and they're trying to get you into it, and they say, "Yeah, bro, we'll carry you." The other option is you can actually stick in the Riftwalk and Dawnforged path even longer and ride this sucker all the way up as far as you want, because the Riftwalk Dawnforged path, which ultimately turns to the Storm Dragon, and then finally the Shadow Forge, that weapon is always a cheaper upgrade than on this left side, but that weapon always does less damage. So your right side weapon on this tree always does less damage than your left side weapon on the tree. So you don't really want to be using this weapon because it does lower damage, but it's cheaper. So whenever you're going to make big upgrades, you're going to want to jump into this path by jumping ships, make the upgrade, and then head back over into the raid path versus the PvE path. So if you have friends that are going to carry you through all of the higher level content and be able to let you get the materials you need to make these upgrades, this pathing is a lot cheaper, and we're actually going to swap into it here in a little bit. But we're going to get back to the main pathing that just about everybody else is going to follow. Once you're at your Oransu 3 stage, what you want to do is jump all the way up to Oransu 9. There's no variation in this pathing whatsoever, so straight up to Oransu 9. Once you get to Oransu 9, you do not want to go to Grand Celestial 3. And I know this is out of reach for a large portion of people, but this is just going ahead in the future anyway. So Grand Celestial 3, the upgrade from Oransu 9 to Grand Celestial 3, the way that Grand Celestial 3 stacks is a bit more random, I guess, in the way that you get the procs for the weapon. So you're going to be getting an overall damage loss or comparable damage by switching from Oransu 9 to Grand Celestial 3. For that reason, what you want to do, like what I just mentioned, is you're going to take the path that jumps you over to Shadowforge 3 from Aranzu 9. Once you get over to this path of Shadowforge 3, you're going to upgrade to Shadowforge 6, and from Shadowforge 6 back over to Grand Celestial 6, which has a more normal stacking as well as higher bonuses to your skills. And then from Grand Celestial 6 all the way up to Grand Celestial 9, but how many people actually are even at this point in the game yet? Not very many. But anyway guys, that is the weapon progression in Blade and Soul. The right side weapon that you see over here is entirely PvP, and it only applies in 6v6 PvP, and most people can't even run 6v6 PvP because every single person has this weapon up here or one of these weapons up here and can just one-shot you in it as a new player, so this really doesn't apply to you whatsoever. But if you do want to do 6v6 PvP someday, you're going to have to upgrade along this path. It's relatively straightforward how the upgrade works. It's just you go in a straight line. There's no jumping, no anything. You just go straight up. So not too much to explain there. Anyway guys, this is my video on weapon progression. I hope you found this video useful as a new player. I hope it gives you an idea on which weapons you want to pick up or how to progress your character. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Once again, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe because it does mean a lot to me. And I will see you at the next video. Peace.